Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new Best Builds video. So, once again, 3 very cool camps to take a look at. So, before we dive in, I just wanted to mention, I know a few people have asked if they can send camps in to feature in the series. For now, I'm just sticking with stuff I found in-game for a whole load of logistical, boring reasons, but it's a lot more practical this way. So, that's what I'm doing for now, but we'll see whether or not I change my mind in future. I might let you know about that. Anyway, let's have a look at some cool camps. So, camp number 1. This one is over by the Wayward, and coming in from, when I can make it work, somebody who's got a whole load of numbers to their name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5. That rolls off the tongue. This is an interesting one. There's kind of a running theme today of hard to explain exactly why I like these camps as much as I do. You know, just a bit difficult to put your finger on. I do like them all, a lot actually, but exactly why, I'm having a hard time putting the words to that one. There's an interesting shape to this one. I like that glass kind of porch thing on the side. It's quite a clean vibe, which is cool. It can be hard to make that work in the wasteland sometimes, but this one looks to have pulled it off quite nicely. Don't see that White Springs fountain used very often, but obviously in conjunction with the White Springs building set, definitely a nice combo. The glass porches are pretty cool out here as well. Kind of tie a couple of different bits of the build together. It's fun. I don't think I ever picked up that AstroTurf, but every time I see it, I start thinking maybe I should have done. We'll make our way over to the... What on earth are we going to call this? Crafting space? Vending space? Conservatory? I don't know. Have a little look around in here. Got a few little details around. I think, for me, one of the areas I would look to improve on this one is adding to the clutter. There's little bits around, but I think there's room for a bit more to give it more of a lived-in vibe. A merge on that shelf at the back, for example, would allow you to put a whole bunch of stuff in there. But it is also possible that the reason for this might be that they don't have a lot of plans available. So I kind of get that vibe from a couple of little things. But yeah, it can be a struggle to fully decorate a place if you haven't got the plans. There's a lot to find out there. I like this space though. It's pretty cool. Got a nice summery vibe. In fact, this whole camp has a nice summery vibe. I might have rotated the workbenches a bit there though, just to kind of use that space a little bit more, because there's a lot of open negative space in the middle with the workbenches on the wall. Could have just turned them 90 degrees in varying patterns and used the space a bit more. But an optional thought. Let's head on inside. I don't know what to call this place. Display space, I suppose. My first thought was it was kind of a living room because of the table and the sofa and stuff. But it's definitely more of a display space, really. Cool stuff, though. Like their floor-to-ceiling walls. That kind of modern, light and airy vibe. Cool little bits and pieces in there. Yeah, light touch on the decoration, but works that kind of clean feeling. Let's head outside. I like this little sort of floating island of a patio area as well. Interesting they've gone for the white sort of railings on this one, rather than the set that matches the porch set that they've used here. Interesting contrast. It works. It kind of matches the concrete rather than the metalwork and the glass, so it's kind of going in opposite direction. It was quite cool. Let's head on upstairs into a living room, I suppose. Bedroom kind of area, mixture of all of this together. And I particularly like the combination of the starry wallpaper with the White Springs walls here. It's not a combo I would have thought of myself, but the contrast works really, really nicely. And it takes that wallpaper from feeling like a kid's bedroom to a more kind of classy vibe, and I like it. I think it works really well, that. A little bathroom there, maybe a few too many windows for comfort, but it works nicely. Got the shelter entrance over there. Need to pick up a few more bobbleheads though, and a nice little alfresco dining area, shall we say, out here. I feel like this Nuka-Cola barriers, whatever we call them, those advertising barriers, might get in the way of animations if you decide to sit on the picnic benches though. But otherwise, nice area to hang out. Nice view over to the Wayward if you want to jog over there for a pint. Yeah, so all in all, a nice spot. You've got a roof that's the other way around there to all the others, though. Just noticed that. Nice few railings along the side. Everything comes together quite nicely for this one. Oh, incidentally, random thought as we're passing the shelter. The reason I don't tend to show them is kind of partly to try and keep the video to a reasonable length. I'd have to do one or the other, camp or shelter, and would be here for ages if I tried to do both. The other thing is, shelters really don't land with me. I feel like they're overly thematic. You know, the vaults are always a vault, and you can't get away from that no matter what you do. Or they just don't have enough budget which is the ongoing thing for camps as well, but it's somehow more jarring to me in shelters. But there we go. That's why I don't tend to show them, because I'm not that into them, to be honest. Anyway, definitely a fan of this camp. I like it a lot. Some cool lighting, a really interesting, unusual vibe, and a summery vibe that I can't quite explain, but is definitely there. Possibly just the weather. Nice effort, though. So, camp number 2 is a classic location down near Charleston here. There's a little underpass that a lot of people like to build on or near. And it's coming from Zuit, I'm guessing. A crazy icon there always makes me chuckle a bit. I've got a kind of a fortified Blue Ridge house here, which is quite cool. Some nice bits and pieces in here. This building set is definitely growing on me. And I like the combination of that sort of rustic stone with the pavilion posts sort of underneath. Creates a nice farm sort of vibe, which is kind of exaggerated by the presence of the Brahmin. Vendors on the way in there. Nice and easy to find. And yeah, it works quite well. I don't usually go for this particular metal set that's on the bottom, but it kind of disappears as a blank canvas to what's above, so that works quite nicely. Yeah, definitely cool farm vibe. As we saw in a previous video, actually, which I'll probably link the whole playlist around somewhere if you want to check out some more best builds. The combination of that pavilion set, actually with some other building sets, particularly the abandoned mine kit, makes for a really good kind of farming barn sort of a vibe. Nice little crafting space in here. I like the power armor station on a funny angle in the corner there. That looks cool. I might have continued that theme with some of the other crafting benches as well and put them on different angles and stuff. But yeah, that's me sound like a broken record again, isn't it? I like getting stuff off the walls, you know, and using the space. I do like this particular wagon as well. It's quite huge, actually. Looks in that space, but makes sense for a Blue Ridge thing. It's been towed around by the Brahmin. Works for me. And yeah, it does well for the farming vibe. It's a nice clutter item as well. We'll head up one of my favourite new staircases, and newer staircases, I should say. It's actually been in the game nearly a year now. The a fortress set that has the corner to it there. And we'll head inside. Definitely need some furniture on that balcony, though. I wouldn't be terribly surprised to hear that they've run out of budget, though. You know how it goes. Into a living room. I do find the fireplace in the corner a little odd in relation to the sofa. Just me, but there you go. I do like this, though. Need to use that wooden panel wallpaper again sometimes, because it's a nice clean vibe that works really nicely. It's good. I like it, but I don't use it very often, because it doesn't quite fit the builds I'm going for usually, but I would like to use it again sometimes. Heading into a pretty cool kitchen with lots of little bits and pieces of decoration around. Cake on display, the birthday cake there from a couple of years ago. A couple of years already? 18 months maybe. A nice little kitchen. Good place to have your brewing station, that one. And obviously a cooking station too. I've seen a few people put that mushroom cloud in the cooking station, and it is always good fun. Jealous of that fridge there, though. I need to get my hands on that. I think they've used a door frame to push that cooking station back into the wall as far as they can, and then switched it back to a wall so that it merges in. It's a good effect, that one. Although, maybe some alternative approaches that might have allowed stuff to be pushed a little bit closer together and look a bit more cohesive, but still. A lot of really cool glowing flash snap masks there. Very successful collection, I think. Most impressive. Yeah, these fort stairs are great, but particularly the lower section not meeting the wall. Bethesda could have done better on that one, I think. Either find a way to work around the fact the snapping point on foundation is in the middle, and offset it on the stairs maybe, and then it'll sit up against the wall, assuming you make it a bit longer anyway, or just make the bottom stairs a bit wider so they go all the way over to the wall. Then you don't have a gap to fall down. Minor gripe on there. Like the bathroom, nice and clean. I sometimes use that wallpaper in here myself. It's very clean with the tiled floor. I might put some stuff on the walls myself, and maybe used a clean sink rather than the rustic one, just to keep that theme going through. But it does work. Wall decoration's not really a thing in bathrooms generally, is it? But, you know, because it tends to get wet and damaged, so I get it, but at the same time, it feels like you need something there, doesn't it? This is very blue. Somebody couldn't quite shake the vault vibes. Not sure about the rustic bed. Doesn't quite blend with everything else, but I do like the very blue vibe. There's lots of little bits of decoration in here that are kind of unique, not used elsewhere. The desk on a bit of an angle in the corner there. I approve. He says as somebody whose desk is in the middle of the room, not against the wall. Yeah, nice bedroom. That good bit of space. Room to swing a cat. Lots of little collectibles as well. Finding a scout's rug actually looks quite nice in there. I find it sometimes looks out of place, that thing. It's just a little too bright and colourful, but in there, it works. We'll make our way downstairs. Yeah, nice little camp, this one. Kind of homey. Got all the essentials in. Plenty of things that are collected. Not too cluttered. Works quite nicely. Need a little bit of stuff on that balcony, as I say, though, which I suspect is limited by budgetary considerations. If we don't fall over the chain link fence either on the way down the stairs. Yeah, nice Blue Ridge theme. Got a little bit of a farm feel out here, or country feel. And, yeah, nice permanent structure. Like the choice of stonework and stuff. Yeah, it's a cool build, that one. I might put an angled roof on it as well, actually, looking at this. Actually, I can't tell if there's an angled roof on it or not, but it does look a little square on that top edge, which I might have modified myself. But cool nonetheless. So, our final camp is on the edge of Skyline Valley. There's a little pond or lake up here, and it's coming from Theodore Wicker. This one is a very kind of modern, clean, long build, and then a spot I do need to build myself before too long, I think. It's a good little lake, this one. There's a couple of spots around it that'll make for good building locations. And yeah, we've got a clean kind of water park meets kind of... it's actually a weird hint of Red Dead Redemption Wild West in this build, which kind of gives me flashbacks to playing that on the PS3 many years ago. I do like this one. I'll head down and start by the water's edge first. I don't quite know how I feel about this sort of tiled floor here. It looks cool in this camp. I've never chosen to use it myself because it's a bit too water park for the way I build. Yeah, I see it in other people's builds and I think, yeah, that looks cool. And then as something for me to use, I don't tend to go for it. We have, is this the third build with this particular building set in it? Was the first one? No, this is the second one. The last one had it as well. Yeah, I like it. That particular stone texture is quite cool, and it's been quite popular lately, I think. Nice little bedroom in here. Another little balcony. Not sure about the electric light out on the balcony myself. I feel like electric lights and outside, sort of bedside lights like that, as opposed to the ones that are designed for outside, are kind of asking for a hazard when it rains. I do need to pick up those wall lights there, though, from the Skyline Valley boss event. Nice little lounge space in here. Decent bit of room, decent bit of clutter at the same time. That desk looks great. I believe that's Catherine Swan's desk, though, which is why it looks great. You can actually decorate those up if you've got a bit of patience for it, though. And I've got one that I've made a blueprint of, so you can just drop it in. This is the room that really, really makes me think Red Dead Redemption, though. I might have put that cooking station in a different spot, but the combination of the furniture, the wallpaper, or lack thereof, I'm not sure, and just the layout, something about it screams one of the buildings that you visit, one of the locations you visit in Mexico in Red Dead. Really, really harks back to that for me. Little shower tucked in the corner there. Need glass and curtains in it. But nice. Yeah, something about it does say Red Dead for me. In flashbacks, but fun ones, because I spent a lot of time playing that game and really enjoyed it. Although I do remember my neighbours when I was in one of my student houses many, many moons ago were also playing Red Dead on a very large, very, very loud TV, and the gunshots used to come through the wall a lot. I did end up asking him to turn it down a bit. It was loud. Anyway, random reminiscence aside, let's have a look at this glass upper level crafting space, and also display space, and also vending space. It's pulling triple duty, I guess. We've got the sort of collector items here, the resource generating items, which is cool. I do like that table. I want that table in the middle there, and I've not got the plan for it yet. One day, shall be mine. Got the vendor in there. Incidentally, with the vendors, if you don't want to wire them up, you really don't have to. They do work just fine without. Obviously, they don't light up, the ones that have lights on them, unless they're wired. But if you don't particularly care about that and you don't want trading wires, it's good to know that you don't need them. Originally you did, of course, but not terribly long after the player vending was added, some reason it ceased to be necessary and has never become necessary again, which is convenient. Yeah, nice little crafting space. Again, another summery vibe to this one. It's got a summer's evening vibe to it. The weather and the sun slowly swinging across the sky there. I do like this one. Could use sort of building on the water as well. It's a nice theme. A nice approach from up top here. Yeah, like that camp. Very, very cool. We've got a lot of kind of clean vibes to the camps today, as well as sort of unusual shapes. Might have put some extra supports in, posts to support those floors on the way up the stairs, but still, very, very cool. So there we go. 3 cool best builds that I found in and around the game. Definitely going to have to head out, explore, and find a few more. I've got a couple still stored up, but starting to make my way through the footage. Yeah, enjoyed those. Hope you guys found it useful and got a few good ideas. Congratulations to everybody whose builds we've featured today. I really enjoyed having looking around them. If you liked the video, please do drop subs and likes. I very much appreciate. Notification bell, and then you can keep up to date with all my uploads. Join us for live streams as well if you get the chance. We've got tons going on the live stream front around about 8 o'clock on a weekday. So yeah, keep an eye out. Lots of stuff to watch there. And yeah, if you'd like to support the channel a little more, channel memberships down below as well, which I really, really appreciate. For now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.